I really don't think people are wishing that
Breakups.
they're with their ex,
Oh,
but I
come on,
do.
how many times have we heard?
Oh,
There's so many of my friends like, oh, I messed up.
a guy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Women don't.
Women aren't
Very
grieving
rare.
over their exes.
Grieving a death, maybe. It's much less likely for a woman to think, because it's usually the woman that leaves. And they're usually not ever going to get to the point where they're going to think, I left for the wrong reasons.
If a guy asks you, so what things do you look for in a man? We don't answer that question anymore, okay? Because that information in the wrong hands, lethal. The amount of men who will temporarily disguise themselves to look like exactly what you want and fake having those characteristics just to get you is terrifying. When you give him your list, you're giving him the playbook for how to play you. So my man's looking for me, and I'll know him when I see him.
The jealous guy. The jealous guy is very dangerous. Don't confuse his jealousy with him caring about you. The jealous guy is going to insert himself into every aspect of your life. He's never going to feel like he's enough, and you will pay the price for that. Guy number 2, the insecure guy. The insecure guy is a lot like the jealous guy. He's slightly less aggressive about it. He thinks you can do better than him, and you probably can. The controlling guy. A guy being controlling is not a sign that he likes you or loves you, but it is a good indicator that he does not feel like he has control over his own life, and the only way that he can get that control is by controlling other people. That's not very masculine. Anyone with real emotional maturity knows that you cannot control other people. Guy number 4, the guy with anger issues. If I think you have anger issues, if I think you even remotely have anger issues, I am not coming within 5 feet of you. And for whatever reason, the women that these men are in relationships with often see the worst side of these anger issues.
Mutual respect is the foundation of a healthy relationship. No matter how much you like someone, if they disrespect you or belittle you, it is a red flag.
It's one thing not to raise her voice, but it's another to argue in front of other people. So if there's something that you don't agree with your friend, your family, or your partner, wait until you are behind closed doors to discuss that with them and never talk about it in front of other people.
Do you know that one guy who's in your DMs or constantly double, triple texting you? The guy that you keep swerving, curving, dodging, dipping. He's relentless and won't go away. You have no respect for him, right? Like, you're just like, ugh, him again. This guy's so crazy, obsessed with me. And it's making him unattractive. Probably the most unattractive guy, too. He could be so hot, but the more that he does that, it's just like, no. You see his name pop up on your phone, you're just like, ugh. It's just David again. You were hoping that was the guy that you haven't heard from in so long. The one that you hear from once in a while, but he's like busy doing his own thing. Don't be like David. Be busy. Be the type of person that you want, that's attractive to you. And that person is probably busy. They're not working a 9 to 5 in your DMs.
Stop being desperate. The only person you should be desperate to take care of and look after is yourself. Women seem to be far more capable of being independent and alone and looking after themselves than men do. Guys, you got to step up and look after number 1. Then you will have the right person come into your life, because unless you're looking after yourself, people aren't going to want you. It's as simple as that.
Number 1, I will not accept last minute plans. If they hit me up at 8 o'clock at night saying, hey, what are you doing tonight? You want to meet up? I want to see you. With no reservations, no plans, no planning ahead, it's going to be a no for me.
Fourth mistake, you staying on first date for too long. 4 or 5 hours, you're just talking, even if you feel this connection. If you feel that you're vibing, you still have to live at the highest point. You have to leave space for him to miss you, for him to stay a little bit hungry. So he will ask you for a second date.
For me, it's when a guy can dance. If a guy can dance, I'm like, okay.
And just take us dancing. We just want to dance all the time. All the time.
Her friend, this guy had no rhythm, okay? And he had these hairy arms and he was punching them up in the air. And while he was doing that, he had the biggest smile on his face. He was genuinely enjoying himself. And guess what? Everyone wanted to dance with him because he was having a good time. We need more examples of people who are doing that, who just know how to enjoy their life.
Y'all, my heart is just beyond happy. Ever since I switched to ballroom, I was a ballerina and then I switched to ballroom when I was 16. I've just had this like innate desire to have everybody know the joys of social dancing because it's so much fun and it's so incredible and it's such a cool skill set to have. First thing you want to do is look for group classes in your area. This is the most cost-effective way to learn.
This was the dance card my mom had from her high school dance. And the girls would have the boys fill out what dances they wanted to do with them. It has this little cute pencil attached, and inside, my dad's name, he filled out on every dance. How sweet is that? So he wanted every dance with my mom. Isn't that so sweet? 1951.